A new season is upon us from Whittles Field here at Archbishop Spalding. You are watching Cavaliers Lacrosse. And tonight the Cavaliers open the season by taking on the Spire Academy Spire. Glenn Clark alongside Andrew Scally. Sean Hatley couldn't be with us tonight. He is a major disappointment. His mother and I will be having a conversation with him when he gets home. Andrew, a lot of expectations for this team, ranked number 6 in the USA Lacrosse preseason poll in the country. But you got to take care of business. You can't just assume that because everybody else thinks you're good, that means that you're just going to be good. You got to go out and earn it starting tonight.
Yeah, 100% have to step up tonight. Season ended last year. Tough loss to McDonough in the playoffs. You know, a game they felt like they should have won. They played, I think they won 7 of 8 going into that game. So riding high. I don't think they're remembering that. I think they're remembering the loss against McDonough. I hope they come out and take some revenge here tonight on Spire.
Yeah, finished the year 13-5, 8-2 in conference play, losing in the semifinals. Meanwhile, the Spire, they're off to an 0-2 start to the season. This is their 3rd game of the year, making a trip out of it. They played at Good Counsel on Wednesday, falling 16-7 after opening the year with a 22-11 loss to Western Reserve. Trying to find their footing. They have some talent on the roster, probably not as much on paper as the Cavaliers do, but that's the funny thing about the papers. They don't play the games on paper. They play them right here on the turf.
That's right, but I am excited to see what the Spalding team can do. It's a new roster, you know, again, putting 2024 in the rear view, but like you said, it's a top-heavy team, returning 20-plus seniors. I mean, I don't know if we've had a roster in the last, 8 years, that senior heavy. So looking for them to come out hot here and lean on that senior leadership to start 1-0 here and get the season off on the right foot.
One of those seniors, Robbie Hopper from Severna Park, headed to play at Virginia. All MIAA team a year ago, ranked number 8 by Inside Lacrosse in the class of 2025. Ryan Criswell out at the face-off dot to start things off. A year ago, he was 60.5%. He's against Almy Macbeth. Ball be kicked back past the restraining line. Cavaliers will come away with it, and we'll have the first possession. Grady Swiderski, Brady Mollett, Joey Matassa, the starting attackers. First midfield, Diego Garza, Jack Newell, as well as Gordy Bennett. Defenders, Sawyer Grant, as well as Dylan Newell and Grayson Dunn, Jacob Newman between the pipes. What do you want to see from this Spalding team in their first game?
Well, I mentioned already, leaning on these seniors, that starting 6 offensively. Last year, they still had some of that growing pain. They're figuring out how to play together. Average double-digit turnovers throughout the season. That's a tough, way to win. So looking for them to take care of the ball, show their experience.
Of course you would say that right then.
Yep, it's the old jinx.
Fortunately, Brody Moss able to come pick it up. Cavaliers continue possession, still the better part of 30 seconds on the clock. Feed inside. Wow, what a save. Incredible look from Garza in front.
Yeah, recover from the near turnover there. That's a tough catch and finish. Anytime the ball comes from north to south, meaning top to bottom going towards the goal, offense players to catch it, turn, locate the goal, and finish. It's a tough handle, but did a good job. Tip of the cap to the goalie with the save.
And Spire Academy is going to take a very early timeout to protect possession after Timmy Winfelder makes a phenomenal doorstep save. Winfelder, the sophomore from New Jersey, that's already his 34th save on the season. The Spire list their face-off folks as their starters on the attack. Anthony Bardanili, as well as Zach Wright and Liam Lutza. As we mentioned, Macbeth was the face-off specialist with Cox and Amick on the wings. Paul Merkel, Gabe Ponte, and Austin Disco, the starting defenders, and Timmy Winfelder between the pipes. A good first set, that all being said, other than the ball hitting the turf, well executed to get that look.
Yeah, and I'm okay with the ball hitting the turf initially. They fought hard to get the ball back. It's the first game. It's the first minute of play. Get the jitters out, right? They've been playing against each other all off season. First time seeing a new opponent. I'm okay with that. I'm just looking for them to now settle in, build on the confidence, having all the experience with these seniors, and really get into the offense that they've been working on. Same thing defensively.
You mentioned how much they bring back with these seniors. They did lose a few key pieces. All MIA selection, Connor Wilbur, now at Loyola, had 15 goals and 43 points a year ago. Jamison Kaufman Alec Howard among those that are gone. But to the point, so much talent back, so much depth and experience out of the timeout. Spire get a look inside, and the first save of the season for Jacob Newman, and he comes away with the ground ball.
Yeah, good start defensively there.
Now the Cavaliers will go to work. Quick clear all the way down from Carson Blair. Feeds it over. Shot not on target. The backup is there.
It's good seeing Robbie Hopper getting the transition game early in the season here. He was a force last year. Definitely not afraid to shoot. Also
Certainly
has some vision
isn't.
to feed, but again, playing as a senior, has the confidence. Love to see it starting early.
He had 3 goals a year ago for the Cavaliers. And I imagine he's got a few more on his stick this season. Jack Newell hops to his left, draws the slide, gets around it, past the outside. Shot blocked on the way in.
Nice ground ball.
In the scramble, thrown away. Ostrowski not able to come up with it. Over and back, belongs to the Spire. Bardineely picks it up. Spire under the guidance of J.D. Harkey, head coach and director of Lacrosse. Interesting local connection to the Spire. Their Lacrosse ambassador and consultant, the great Kyle Harrison, Johns Hopkins legend, pro lacrosse, and everything legend in his career. Tewaaraton winner, national champion, and a big part of the PAL. Good skip pass, but even better defense. Jackson Hines
Great hit.
Gets it out on the turf. Ground ball still being fought for, and you love it when a plan comes together. Although Jackson Hines proceeds to run into 3 black shirts, but keeps his balance, finds a little help.
Looking for him to settle down here. Offensively, just played a little hectic series there on defense. Turnover on the last offensive possession. Likes him getting a set here, work the ball around, take some time off the clock, settle in, get to their strengths.
Cavaliers still looking for their first goal of the contest. Give a little love to Jackson Hines, the sophomore from Stevensville, being trusted in a long pole role. Joey Matassa trying to shake free.
Draws a short stick here.
Kind of like the matchup. Dodges right, gets to the middle of the field, but another one stopped by Winfelder. Couple of big saves for the sophomore goalie early on in this one.
Yeah, it could arguably be 3-0 here. Goalie's doing a great job.
Bardineely slows it down for Spire Academy. Had a little bit of advantage out of the sub box. Had the opportunity to chat with Coach Evan Hockel. He said, expect us to do some fun stuff coming out of the sub box this year. Peter Papaglianti running the box for this team. They're going to do some creative things working out of the box. Spire, swing it wide to Amick. Moves it back behind, now to X. Bardineely trying to get top side. A great check. Grayson Dunn impacting that shot. Still 25 on the possession clock. Work down to the near side. McHugh, and it's taken away.
Nice takeaway there.
Danielson pushes. Extra pass to the doorstep and snuck in. Joey Matassa has the Cavaliers on the board.
Cavalier goal scored by Joey Matassa.
Hey,
nice takeaway
watch
there.
it one more time. Danielson pushes. Well done bringing it up.
Pass to the doorstep and snuck in.
Joey Matassa has the Cavaliers on. I believe it was as well. Brady Mollett. The junior from Davidsonville with a great vision. Matassa's first goal of the season. Cavaliers draw first blood, and Criswell follows it up with a face-off win.
Wasn't the prettiest fast break, but got it done.
You say that
good vision.
Maybe it wasn't the prettiest, but it was really well executed.
It was textbook.
Yes,
but it wasn't pretty.
Right, not aesthetically pleasing.
There,
yes,
exactly.
Correct.
But it doesn't say where it went when it goes in the paper tomorrow morning.
To the point, Matassa nearly running out of room there at the doorstep, but it worked. Running shot. Oh, the low-to-low finish for Diego Garza.
Unassisted goal by Diego Garza.
The future Richmond Spider letting it fly, keeping it low.
It's great seeing Diego back on the field, dodging hard. Good hard shot there. Only got into 6 games due to injury last year, so excited to have him back in the mix offensively. As you can see, he can bring it left-handed, right-handed, it doesn't matter.
And seemingly adjusting to the goalie as well. We saw a couple of good high saves early, and Diego Garza says, I'm going to think of a different way to attack.
Yeah, great placement on that shot.
2-0 Garza. Dealt with some injuries last year. Good to see him healthy.
I think for a couple years we talked about Spalding not having the depth, right? I mean, they were one-line heavy midfield, 2 out of 3 attackmen, 1 out of 3 attackmen, putting it together. Now they have depth at every position.
No question.
And that helps now, but more importantly, it helps throughout the season. As you get deeper and deeper into the season, especially getting conference play, you just have the wheels, you have the longevity. And not only have depth, I mean, it's skill all the way down that depth. It's not just guys that are confident on the field. They can actually put the ball in the back of the net, take the ball away, run in transition, and get the job done.
Guys that have played multiple positions. Garza tries to get free again. Garza, in addition to what he's capable of doing on a lacrosse field, I found out he's apparently earned money playing Fortnite.
Is that right?
I imagine his father's just as proud as that.
Dad, thoughts?
Running shot wide off the stick of Gordy Bennett.
His dad's calling in now saying he's late on rent, so I don't know.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
He needs to step it up if he is making some money.
Mollett working from X, trying to get free. Mollett does. Ooh, but makes the pass outside to Garza instead. Lost his defender. Chose not to step down. Down to 12 on the possession clock. Swiderski feeds it out. Mollett gets around the screen, but then loses his footing.
Good luck.
Extra pass the opposite side. Matassa not able to get it on cage. Just 2 seconds left. Cavaliers are going to toss it in the corner.
Mollett's a player I'm looking to this year to kind of be the straw that stirs the offensive drink down there. Junior, one of the younger guys on the offense, ironically. But we've seen him from a freshman get better as a sophomore, and now as a junior. I think he can be a leader on this team. Right there, I need to see him be a little bit more aggressive. He's playing a little bit too unselfishly.
To the point, I mean, he lost his defender. He had the look.
Exactly. So I would like a little bit more aggression, a little bit more confidence out of him. But he's going to be a big-time player for this offense all year.
That's offsides. Just not quite synced up. As Gabe Pont couldn't wait. Walks over before his teammate had gone back and retreated to the other side of the field. So the Cavaliers get it back, already in front 2-0 with 4 minutes and change to play in this first quarter. Brody Moss will settle it down. Cavaliers looking to execute. Moss moves it up top. Good fake, and then trying the other way. Bennett not on target. Gordy Bennett headed to play at Hobart. Senior from Kent Island, coming off an 11-goal season a year ago.
So here's a great opportunity for Mollett. Probably run an inbound play here, but one-on-one isn't a bad look either.
Takes it himself. Boy, did well to get free. Didn't have a ton of angle. Shoots it across the mouth of goal. Matassa with the backup. But you like that aggressiveness?
I do. I mean, he's got the change of direction. He made one hard move there and went to his weak hand there. Got a good look. I'm happy with it.
Fed up top. Oh, just out of the stick of Bennett. He was already stepping down before the ball was there. Leads to the turnover.
Yeah, right there. Newell's just got to get his bottom hand down, scoop to the ground ball rather than squatting at it.
Back on the turf. Moss gets it free again. No one has it. Grayson Dunn comes up with it on a hop, trying to get out of trouble, and will.
It's 7 guys offensively there for Spire. Missed the offside call there. Either way, Spalding's going to clear successfully.
Yeah, but it looks cooler on the stats when you go cause a turnover and get a ground ball, Andrew.
It does. That's on me.
Think about how cool it is, and if anyone knows cool, it's your old friend Glenn Clark.
Wrote the book.
The king of cool.
Wrote the book.
Moss going to work, dodging right.
One more.
Fed to the doorstep,
There it is.
couple of fakes. That's exactly how you run it. Garza to Swiderski. Swiderski makes it 3-0.
Assisted by Diego Garza.
It's a great look there.
Wonderful look. Swiderski also perhaps learning from the previous shot in the first half and saying, let me throw a couple of fakes in this time.
Right, get the goalie moving a little bit off his mark.
Swiderski wearing number 0 this season. Scores his first of the evening, making it 3-0. There's Robbie Hopper soaking up that ground ball. Robbie Hopper does everything so nonchalantly, right? Like
When you play at that level, everything looks easy.
it does, doesn't it? Human vacuum cleaner. Cavaliers with the 3-0 advantage, going back to work. Diego Garza already a couple of points tonight.
Glenn, you talk about good look inside. Didn't make it to the cage. But you talk about the transition game right there, though. You see the maturity of this team and the coaching by Coach Hockel. Could they have pushed it there in transition? They have one of the best, if not the best, long pole on the offensive side of the field. Bring the ball down there. Elects to pull it out, settle up, and it turns into 2 good looks here. Obviously, one didn't make it to the cage. One was a nice save there. But you need those possessions. You need that decision-making ability when you get deeper and deeper into the season. And showing that poise early in the season like that is again, a sign of maturity and a sign of growth from these guys from 4 years ago till now. It's night and day. And that's a testament to the coaching staff at Spalding.
And I assume you're good with that shot from Garza as
100%.
well, correct?
Yep.
Like, it was there. It was a good look. Just didn't go. That happened.
And they'll start to go. This goalie can't be standing on his head the entire game.
Another offsides. Second that's called, and as you pointed out, more than that overall. Of course, I would never question an official. I think they do a very good job, but Andrew Scally personally hates all of them. Every single one. Says they're all scum. Every single one of them.
Your words, not mine.
Me personally, I'm a friend of officials. Everybody knows that about me. Take it up with Andrew Scally. Mollett trying to get free, feeds it back out. Extra pass to Ostrowski. And another good save. Trying to go low. Winfelder comes up with it.
Tell you what, got to get with the statistician, see how many saves this goalie's had. He's playing
It
very
feels
well.
like the number is
Very
5.
well.
I don't know officially that it is because you never know when something was actually a block and not a save. As Spire struggling right now in every facet. Throw it away. But yeah, it's 3-0, and it absolutely could be. It could already be in the Laffer territory at this point.
For sure.
Less than 40 seconds as Newman picks it up, flings it down to Hopper.
Want to see the ball die on this side of the field.
So when do you
72
engage?
on the shot clock, 27 on the game clock. Probably in the 8 to 10 second range.
Wow.
That way you have a shot over
So
the
you're
end
down
line.
to, you're just counting on one shot at that.
I'm counting on one shot, maybe a last ditch effort to jam it in the crease if you get a second look at it.
And Mollett engages, shoots, and this is what I was thinking. Maybe give yourself the opportunity to get a backup off that first shot.
Set up a quick little hitter.
Final 10 seconds.
Look inside. One more. There it is.
Moss, great find, and with 2 seconds left, Grady Swiderski converts to make it 4-0.
By Grady Swiderski.
That's great poise. Drove hard, rolled back. Waited for the defense to rotate. Found Swiderski inside. Great catch and finish. Swiderski with 2 quick ones here in the first quarter. It's good to see him getting active early in the season. But I tell you what, it is a little weird seeing 0 on somebody else other than Jameson Kaufman.
I understand.
Senior that graduated last year, absolute bruiser. Definitely didn't have the hand speed and skill of what we're seeing from Swiderski. So it's
No, not the offensive.
prowess that we're
right.
seeing so far this season. But either way, both productive people.
Brody Moss gets his first point of the season with the assist. And to the point, Swiderski already with 2 goals. It's 4-0 at the end of one. Obviously, it's only 4-0. Not that 4-0 is a bad thing, but it could be a lot more. You can't control what another team or a goalie is going to do. I would think that as far as what Spalding has done so far, you've got to be pleased with what you've seen.
Yeah, on both sides of the ball, really. I mean, defensively, pretty stout. A lot of, handful of calls, turnovers here, led to some transition opportunities, took advantage of a couple, but also, again, I've mentioned already in the broadcast, being able to settle down, get into an offensive set, and they've gotten shots. Again, you got to tip your cap to this goal. He's making saves high, he's making saves low. A couple times they've beat them, they've just been powerful shots, and then also in close, little time to react, a couple pump fakes, and buried it. So offensively, I'd like to see them kind of work that inside a little bit more. They're beating their men one-on-one out on the outside. 2 more passes, you'll have a layup. The layups are going in. The outside shots are having a little bit of trouble. And then defensively, I like what I'm seeing. I mean, Newman hasn't been tested much. Made the one save early. But that's okay. The defense is doing their job, and they're putting him in a good position. So all in all, I think defense to offense and the game in between is looked sharp so far here for Spalding.
4-0 after 1. He's Andrew Scally. I'm Glenn Clark. Spire Academy, they have D1 talent on their roster. Liam Lutza is headed to Drexel. Anthony Bardanelli going to go play at Hampton next season. They have other players that are committed to play at lower levels, like their face-off specialist, Ami Macbeth, who's headed to Lynchburg, and Paul Merkel, a defender, who's going to go play at Limestone. There's talent there. It's a program that's still clearly building and finding their way. I know it's an exciting week out on their campus because they landed a new basketball coach, sent some shockwaves through prep sports as Kevin Boyle from down at Montverde Academy announced he was leaving to go to the Spire Academy. But just trying to build the lacrosse side of things, the Spire Academy. Talent's there, just working to get more of it to head out to Ohio. Teams will switch sides to start the second quarter. Cavaliers in those white shirts, white shorts, red numerals. Spire in the black shirts, black shorts, red numerals. Cavaliers will be going right to left on your internet dial here in quarter number 2. Criswell and Macbeth once again. And Criswell able to win it somewhat cleanly. Gets it ahead. And the Cavaliers go to work on the attack once more. Mollett makes a move all the way in front. Again, Winfelder there.
Might have gotten away with a push there. But either way, again, I said it earlier, I need to see more aggression out of Mollett driving to the cage. We just saw it right there early. A little early in the shot clock, but...
Was it? I mean, he got right in front.
He did, but he could have gotten that 30 seconds in, 45 seconds in. I like the aggression. Again, I don't want to turn that off. I want to see more of that. But right there, taking a little bit more of the shot clock, getting the rest of the guys set up, that look will come.
Have not seen a lot of settled possessions tonight for the Spire, and boy, just as soon as they look like they're going to have a settled possession, instead, once again, 1, 2, Robbie's coming for you.
Yeah.
And now he's thinking about it. Oh, we got to come up. What is the term for CTGB goal? We got to come up with something.
It's a mouthful.
But there's who is the best at that? Who can we name that after? They have the Maddox in baseball. If you throw like a complete game at a certain number of pitches, we got to come up with a term for the CTGB transition goal. I'm assigning you to that, Andrew Scally. You write the governor of lacrosse get an answer. Gordy Bennett denied as Winfelder picks up where he left off here in the second quarter.
Notes have been taken. I will report back.
I expect so little of you.
That's why I can continue to outperform.
Keep the expectations low.
I keep outperforming.
It's a great strategy. The Spire continue to struggle to be able to get things going offensively as another failed clear. Cavaliers slowing it down. Diego Garza. He'll get moving, dodging to his left, gets free, shoots, bounces it home. Oh, do not recommend. No one picking up Diego Garza, his second of the game, and it's 5-0.
Looked eerily similar to that first goal that he had in the first quarter. On the run, hard lefty shot, changed his plane, high to low, found that bottom corner. Nothing the goalie can do about that one. Great take.
5-0, 9:41 to play in the second quarter. All Cavaliers looking very much the part of that number 6 ranking in the country. Of course, as exciting as that is, the number 1 team in the country is McDonough, who, as you brought up earlier, is the team that eliminated you last year.
Got a man down here.
Who'd they just lose to? They just lost to Malvern. How about that? McDonough lost to Malvern. And we have an injured player down for Spire. It happened behind the play. Get some attention here with 9:29 to play in the second quarter.
Yeah, hopefully he's okay. Got the medical staff out there now.
The expectations around here, it's championship. I mean, that's what this team is, a championship caliber team going into this season. For this coaching staff, how do you both acknowledge that? That's what you want it to be, but no, you can't do anything about that for a few months. What does that look like for this staff to sort of walk that fine line of both wanting to win a championship but not obsessing about winning the championship?
Well, I don't think that's anything new for this program. I mean, Brian Phipps came in 10 years ago with that mentality. First time taking over the program that hadn't won many games at MIAA and started to do a little bit more each year, a little bit more. You build out a roster, you have some success. Now we have 20 seniors on the team that expect nothing else. They've been a part of success from the moment they stepped on this campus. But I think the message from the coaching staff is you can't play with an assumption, right? You don't just win the game because you think you're supposed to win the game. You go out there and win the game because you're the better team. You do the little things, and you put into the game what you practice the other 5 days of the week.
Let's pause for a second as they attend to the injured player. We'll tell you more about that here in a second. It's 5-0. You're watching Archbishop Spalding Lacrosse.
I still remember my first day.
You're going to grow so much.
You're going to be prepared for success in college and in life.
You will find a deepened faith.
Become a leader.
You're going to be pushed more than you ever have been before.
It's going to be difficult.
And this community will help you become the best version of yourself.
You're about to have some of the best days of your lives here.
And when you look back, you will realize you were always part of something bigger.
Getting out the car, walking to school, I was anxious, nervous.
It's a bigger school than I've ever been to. Didn't know any faces.
I remember sitting in that homeroom and feeling all of the nerves and the anticipation and excitement of what high school could bring. But I quickly found out that this was going to be not just my school, but my home.
Everybody had open arms.
There's a genuine love for one another.
Everybody knows everybody.
I care about all of the people I'm surrounded with every day.
When you choose Archbishop Spalding High School to be your home, you are getting a large school that feels like a small family.
You are never alone in this experience at all.
At the end of your time at Spalding, you're going to remember how Spalding lifted you up in the most positive way.
You're always going to feel that connection. You're going to want to come back home.
The Spalding community is definitely one that I would describe as united.
There's a genuine desire to serve, to exemplify Christ.
And we see that every day in this building, from something as small as a senior helping a freshman with their locker, a teacher comforting a student. We see it in the smallest and the largest acts of kindness.
I knew it would actually be my calling to strengthen the faith life of the students that were around me in the way that I had my faith life strengthened as a student here before.
There's a million different people, a million different backgrounds. People come from all over the world. But the fact that we can all come together on faith, that's literally the embodiment of one body in Christ.
Hallmarks of a Spalding athlete. Are they able to compete at the highest level possible? Spalding is positioned very uniquely because they are in one of the best leagues in the state. When they're competing at a high level, that's big time.
It was always known as a great academic school, but we wanted to build a full-rounded school for student athletes. And we knew that they could get to where they're at today.
Since I've graduated from high school, I've watched the campus grow astronomically. Spalding, it laid a foundation for my understanding of teamwork, friendship, and things that were so much bigger than what happened on the basketball court.
They were challenging themselves academically and spiritually, and it transitions directly onto the field where that consistency molds and shapes everybody that's involved.
The future of Spalding athletically is strong and vibrant, and I'm excited for our Cavs.
The growth of this school is unbelievable to me. The opportunities that are afforded to these students, it's impressive.
The nature of our size impacts the growth because of the options that our size enables us to offer our students. We're very deliberate about knowing emerging trends. We have so many different academic programs. We have so many different co-curricular programs.
If there is anything that is of interest to you, all you need to do is ask.
It's great to see how the school and the athletic facilities have improved over the years.
When I have friends who are alumni reach out to me and I tell them that there's now an engineering building, it tells you the health of the school, which is embodied by the people who make it up. That's why it's been so successful. That's why there's so many opportunities at this school.
I think I immediately knew when I came for that open house 7th grade that like everything I had heard was true.
Like didn't know what to expect because I'd never been to a Catholic school. I didn't know much about it.
It invited me into a lifetime of experiences that have been unforgettable.
The kids are passionate. You walk in, there's a little bit of electricity in the building. That's hard to describe. It's something that you feel.
I care about school now. I care about all of the people I'm surrounded with every day. I know they care about me. And it's this sense of community that's enabled me to be able to push myself.
And grow through service. I feel like it made me a well-rounded human being.
I know that Spalding has everything here for all of my children, academically, emotionally, physically.
Whether it's clubs, whether it's sports, they're going to be leaders in and out of the classroom.
What I hope and pray is that at the end of your time at Spalding, you're going to remember how you felt, respected, included, and that you always felt one in Christ.
The opportunities afforded to these students just really speak to the success of this school. It's impressive.
It's more than just learning at school. Like it's taught me how to treat people, how to grow in my faith, rather than just giving me an education and sending me off to college.
When you choose the Spalding experience, what you're getting is an environment that cares for the individual. This is a place where we welcome people home.
You're going to grow so much.
I know it may be nerve-wracking. This school is bigger than what you're probably used to.
This school, this community is truly like no other.
You will find innovation, a deepened faith life, family.
You're about to have a very crazy ride, but some of the best years of your life.
I still remember my first day.
We get to school, and my mom was like, don't be nervous. And I'm like, I'm not nervous. But I was freaking out.
I really had no clue what I was walking into.
Everything was unknown and uncertain.
What if I don't find my friend group? What clubs am I going to join? Did I bring my lunchbox?
Each step that I took closer, I could feel my heart race, this mixture of anticipation and excitement, the fear of the unknown.
From the moment stepping on campus, I immediately knew everything I had heard was true. I found what I was looking for.
A lifetime of experiences that have been unforgettable.
High school is where you figure out who you are. And Spalding cares about that.
Academics, activities, there's something here for everybody.
Whatever it is that you are looking for, we'll provide it for you.
The most challenging, relevant, cutting-edge programs, the International Baccalaureate Project lead the way.
You look at the students, they're leaders. They're challenging themselves academically and spiritually. And it starts in the classroom and then transitions directly onto the field.
The community here is one that genuinely cares about each other.
We celebrate together. We all feel the ski spirit.
That we all come together on faith.
We are truly the embodiment of one in Christ.
The two questions that we answer with every decision that's made here. Do we support the mission? Are we caring for our students? Yes, of course, calculus is important. Maybe you run a championship-winning team. But what I hope and pray is that our students remember how we made them feel, and that we made them feel respected, important, and that they very much felt a part and welcomed at Archbishop Spalding.
Take a deep breath.
You're going to grow so much.
You're going to be prepared for success in college and in life.
You will find
Injured player carted off for Spire Academy. Nothing terrible. I know we've been away for a little while, so I can certainly understand that there would be concern. It appeared to be a shoulder or a perhaps collarbone issue, not something more devastating than that. So that is the good news. But player carted off. And we'll get back to action here at Whittles Field. Archbishop Spalding in front of Spire Academy, 5-0. Glenn Clark, Andrew Scally with you. Andrew, when there is a delay like this, what does it do to both teams?
I mean, typically the delays are a little less than that. That was a pretty extended break there. So I think they broke up offense, defense, talked a little strategy. Now it's just this first 15 seconds is going to be pretty important for Spalding. Stay composed. Don't come out and try and force anything. Settle back in and get back after it. They had a lot of momentum there before the injury, going up 5-0. Look for them to continue to build on that momentum.
Matassa drifting back towards the corner, looking for the screen. Not able to take advantage, gives it right back. Now losing his footing, holding on to the ball. Yep. Flag comes out. Moss started to his left. Trying to get his hands free. Nothing there. First man up would be coming if they're not able to take advantage. Moss inside.
Could be another one.
That's a push for sure.
Late flag comes in. Still maintain possession.
Moss tracks it down to 20 on the possession clock. 2 flags out. Bennett dodging left.
So I was obviously talking offensively for Spalding, what they want to do coming out of that long break, but the opposite of what you want to do for Spire here.
Moss, with the shot clock running down, has to put something in the direction of the cage. It's wide, but Cavaliers are about to be 2 men up.
Good offensive possession there. I like to see the 2-man game. That's the first time we've seen it so far this game, but drew this short stick off of the 2-man game, off a good hard pick, got the defense moving, got him out of position, drew 2 penalties.
What is it about a 2-man advantage? It almost feels like it's a mental issue, right?
I've seen many a 2-man advantages go wasted. I think you think it's supposed to be easy, and it turns out not to be. And the looks that you get when you're 1-man up are a lot different than looks you're going to get when you're 2-man up. But right here, it just comes down to ball movement, stepping into lanes, connecting 2 passes, and finding the back of the net. Don't do anything crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Right now they're in a looks like a 2-2-2. Might go into a 2-3-1 here. Might look for a little roll-off from behind the cage. throw backside, maybe a little step down.
The slash
Keep
and
it
Austin
simple.
Disco, the push on Keller Mula. So 30 seconds of a two-man advantage, then another 30 seconds would follow. Step down. Oh, and Winfelder comes up with it. Boy, Winfelder has been phenomenal in this first half. Of course, you can be aggressive here. But a great clear and perhaps a chance for a shot. Oh, you got to decide that. Be a little bit more
Few
determined.
steps sooner.
Yep. Instead, Bennett comes away with it for the Cavaliers. First penalty comes up. And offsides. Wow, Robbie Hopper not happy about it.
Interesting call there.
Well, what were we saying about a two-man advantage? Well, it's, of course, not up yet. Yep. Cavaliers get it right back. Hopper in the middle of the field.
Good look.
Makes the good look to Garza. And Garza, did he step in?
Put the hands up. There it is.
And for Diego Garza, this half is his recital.
I knew it was coming.
He thinks it's very vital.
I knew it was coming.
It's a rock a rhyme. That's right on time. Hat tricky is Diego Garza's title. Third of the game.
You know it's coming, but it still brings a smile to my face.
It's good to be back.
It's good to be back.
It's good to be back.
And I tell you what, Glenn, these new chairs they got us sitting in this year.
Executive chairs
Wow.
down on this end of the booth.
Wow.
Finally showing us the respect we deserve around here. Make sure Sean Hatley knows there's not a third. There's only two.
There's not. This is a little different than the booth he's sitting at Buffalo Wild Wings right now, bottomless wings. I don't know what he's doing, but.
Give Robbie Hopper his first point of the season. Good decision in transition. Every pole wants to shoot every time they get the chance, but Robbie Hopper knew the attention was coming to him. That meant his buddy Diego Garza was wide open. 6-0 Cavaliers, approaching the midway point of this second quarter. Brody Moss, jab step, works to his right, gets around the defender, feeds in front.
Good look.
Oh, push.
Give him a push.
The question was, did Malik go into the crease on his own, or was he pushed?
Yep,
I think it's
got the
clear.
push call.
He was pushed.
So reset on the shot clock here. It's a great look there by Swiderski. Nice cut by Mollet. Found the back pipe.
Mollet with 23 goals, 23 assists in his sophomore season. Committed to join the family legacy. Go play at the University of Maryland. They're off to a decent start this year.
Seems like we say that every year.
That's a fair point. Garza, was it tipped? Nope. Just turnover. You're right that we say it every year, but not every year includes, like, you know, win over #1 Notre Dame. What scenes those were?
#2.
Syracuse.
Definitely have been impressive.
5-0 start for Maryland.
Yeah, Mollet would be a great fit there. Great fit anywhere. I mean,
that's a great point.
Lucky,
Yes,
lucky to have him on any roster. Good hard dodger. Great vision.
Daniel Humphrey. Now he gets it back. Humphrey trying to get free, working against Garza. And instead, they're going to turn it over. Grayson Dunn, look what I found. This happens to hop in. Contact up high.
Guess who's in the mix? Hopper.
And he's going to let it fly. Robbie Hopper with the pole goal.
It was a matter of time. He's been in the mix the whole game.
7-0 as Hopper steps down. Grayson Dunn wants to have a word about declaring it an unassisted goal.
Please, I had him with the assist at his own restraining line. I knew it was coming. Right there, I mean, that's something about depth with Diego Garza. Transition from offense to defense, sticks a man, causes a turnover, transition play, leads to a goal. I mean, that's depth you don't really talk about. You normally talk about it just on one side of the field. But right there, I mean, it just shows Spalding's depth here and their experience and their confidence, keeping guys on the field, making plays on both ends.
Criswell, another clean face-off win, 7-0 Spalding. So Spalding players have provided us some fun facts about themselves again this season. Got to figure out what to do with this. Robbie Hopper lets us know that he needs to listen to the same music before every game, but he doesn't tell us what that music is.
There's
So
not a part B to this?
Yeah,
this
I want to try to guess or imagine what that is.
Jeez.
I'm going to go with like Tchaikovsky. I think that's the most likely scenario before the game is listening to some classical music and getting his mind right before games.
That's fair. It's a good guess. We'll have to get down on the field and get the real answer.
Again, that's going to be your task. Mollett not able to sneak it through. Winfelder comes up with it again. It's 7-0, but I've got Winfelder for 7 or 8 at this point.
Easily playing very well.
They are, however, struggling to get the ball to the other side of the field. This time the extra pass down to Mula. We'll see if they can put together a settled possession. And the answer is no. Sawyer Grant saves it in. Nicely
Great
done,
save.
getting it to Newman.
You typically don't want to save the ball defensively back towards the goal.
Yeah,
Just
it can be dangerous.
Risky play, but right there got lucky, found Newman.
Well,
And
the
now
good news is
successful
it was
clear.
behind the goal at that point.
True. Timeout here by Spalding.
Cavaliers will take a timeout with 3:49 to play in the second quarter, in front 7-0. So again, in the name of wanting to be a championship team, what's something that they can still do as well as they've played? What's something that you would say they could still do better moving forward?
I think just taking care of the ball. I mean, I started the broadcast talking about the turnover battle. It's early season, so I'll give them the early season pass. But you got to clean up the stick work. Ball can't hit the ground as much as it has. They got to be crisp, offensively, defensively, and clearing. I like what I've seen transition-wise. You mentioned Coach Hockel doing some fun things. It's easy when you have the guys in between the restraining lines that they do.
It sure helps.
That can make plays. But you got to take care of the ball, offensively and defensively, in order to be successful long-term here.
Evan Hockel, his second year as the head coach here at Archbishop Spalding. Spalding class of 2008 was part of the first team that made the MIAA playoffs and welcomed his first baby girl last summer, Penelope, to the Hockel family.
Big year. And was he or was he not the coach of the year?
In the MIAA, yes, indeed.
Coach of the year. Well-deserved.
Done a great job, as you talked about, building upon the standard that had been set by Brian Phipps. Keeping that going. Get a look at Evan Hockel over on the sidelines. Out of the timeout.
And they are very close pen pals still. So weekly calls, weekly meetings. Again, trying to build on that success that Spalding's had the last handful of years.
Not a bad person to be able to talk to. Bennett. Switch comes. Feeds it to Garza. Garza's been the hot hand with 3 in the first half. Behind to Mollett. 2 defenders go with him. And he tries the other side, gets in front, but can't dunk it home.
Good hard take. Visible frustration there from Mollett. I mean, he's getting where he needs to get to. They're just not dropping.
He knows he did all the work.
He did.
No defender came over to greet him when he tried the other way, so he did the right
might
thing.
Get one here.
Switch to the opposite side. Newell. Oh.
He won't, but Newell will.
Very impressive shot.
Scored by
Jack Newell's first of the season. The future Fairfield Stag senior from Crofton makes it 8-0. Newell coming back to his left. Confident take, shooting low. And Winfelder's gotten them both. You know, he's getting them high early on. He's gotten some low. Like, there isn't an obvious placement right now, I don't think, for how to shoot against Winfelder.
Definitely not. I mean, I think it's just get the volume up.
Yep.
Throw enough at the cage, some are going to drop.
Take the best shots you can. Back to the dot, and a very clean win this time. A chance to push, and a bounce shot not on cage. I think that was the right decision, and Macbeth races off. it didn't appear as though anybody else. It seemed like he was the hand.
He definitely was. I mean, defense, they made the decision we're going to hold on our attackman, let the face-off guy who probably shoots 5 times a year, roll the dice, give him a chance, and it worked out.
Macbeth headed to play at Lynchburg next year. From the lacrosse hotbed of Pocatello, Idaho.
Where?
Yes, exactly right, as Newman denies Bardanelli.
Again, another lucky save there, back to the goalie and Newman. Transition here.
Opportunity.
With the skip and the finish.
Extra pass to the doorstep. That's how you run those. And Joey Matassa makes it 9-0.
Assisted by Brady Mollett.
Again, I saw it before I saw it. You knew it was coming. That's Mollett's favorite look right there, running the point. Gets the defense rotating.
Mollett's second assist of the game. Matassa's second goal.
Textbook fast break.
You could sell that for $300 and then buy it back for $10 because it is textbook. 2:07 to play.
Glenn, how many years have we been doing this? Several, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what the number is.
That's the first time I've heard the textbook.
No,
I like it.
I had to have done that before.
I've been sleepwalking this whole time then. I mean, that was beautiful.
Knocked away.
Beautiful. Is it James Joyce or is that original?
Yeah. No, that one's a Glenn Clark.
That's a Glenn Clark
That's
original.
a Glenn Clark.
I like it.
Run DMC gets credit for the hat trick call, of course, but Robbie Hopper, another cause turnover, another ground ball, and again, just casually, just ho-hum. Robbie Hopper doing it again. He's done a little bit of everything. A goal, an assist.
I mean, it's hard to follow up a 42 ground ball and 19 calls turnover season.
Decent.
Not to mention the goals and the assists.
7 points to boot.
7 points.
Yeah.
But he's on track.
Moss
I
with
like
the
the way he's
step.
starting. Nice look inside. Good patience.
Ticking towards 1 minute to play. Mollett has 2 defenders go with him. He's able to find Bennett, but Bennett shoots it right into the stick of Timmy Winfelder.
I mean, great composure there by the goalie. Skip.
Moss steps through to the doorstep. Mollett again denied by Winfelder. Reset, 46 seconds. Now do you slow it down? You could essentially turn the shot clock off. Bennett to the middle. Oh, nice look.
I mean, that's an unbelievable offensive possession right there.
Ostrowski's first of the game. And it's 10-0 Cavaliers with 36 seconds remaining.
Assisted by Gordon Bennett.
For Bennett, his first point of the season. Ethan Ostrowski headed to play at VMI, senior from Annapolis, on the board for the first time. He had 12 a season ago. He's a fascinating dude. Every year we get these fun facts about him. This year we learn he's working at his dad's mechanic shop. We knew that he built and refurbished gym equipment. We learned that last year. But on top of that, he also 3D prints and builds Legos.
Renaissance man.
I mean, like, there's a little bit of everything there.
Really
Just
is.
Really interesting cat, Ethan Ostrowski. Sister Isabella plays as a junior attacker on the girls lacrosse team here. 10-0, 28 seconds left. Can't take the timeouts with you, so you might as well go ahead and call one and run up a play. Go try to execute it here.
This is typically where we ask, when do we go to the cage? I'll say it again, probably around 10 seconds.
It's interesting because I feel like my opinion, when somebody asks me that question now, and I don't blame them, right? I am the expert.
Glenn, 28 seconds on the clock.
Okay.
When are you going to the cage here?
I'm so glad you asked. For whatever reason, it feels like the number 17 has stuck out to me. And I don't know if that's because talking to other people, like they've said that 17.
More educated people than myself.
Maybe, I don't know. Or if I've just come up with 17 from watching and calling as many games as I have. Because certainly I did not play at a level where this was ever a consideration.
I think ultimately it comes down to who your personnel is out on the field. If you have 6 guys on the field that you can draw up a play and they can swing the ball around one time, get into a formation, run the play, and get a good shot, great, go early. Get through the play. Give yourself time so in case the play doesn't work out, you can pick the ball up and make a play. I like finding one guy, go make a play.
I feel like...
And when you go make a play, you don't need a ton of time. 10 seconds, get the ball on your stick, one hard move, one shot, and you're done.
I feel like the thought is, in lacrosse, even if you do everything right and the shot's just a little bit wide, you buy yourself the backup plan of having still 10 seconds left. The likelihood is you're getting the backup on the play and you're holding on to possession. And then there's the really next level way of thinking is maybe you score with 10 seconds left and you go win another face-off and give yourself one more chance.
The devil's advocate, they pop one forward, they score the
That's
goal,
also possible,
and they neutralize it. So,
and you didn't need to give them that opportunity. Garza gets free. Garza, fires it home. 4th of the game with 4 seconds remaining. Did I say Garza? Yeah, it was Garza. That's what I thought.
It's an easy bet tonight.
Yeah, it was Garza. 4th of the game, 5th point.
3 lefty, 1 righty, 1 apple.
Yes.
Doing a little bit of everything.
1. Yep. 5-point night working for Diego Garza. 11-0 Cavaliers. Just how you drew it up. Maybe you drew it up to be 20-0 at this point, but you also ran into a heck of a goalie. And Criswell picks it up and throws it down. That's how the first half comes to a close. Can't ask for a lot more than what you gotten from the Cavaliers here in the first half. They're in front 11-0. We'll be back with half number 2. You're watching Archbishop Spalding Lacrosse.
I still remember my first day.
We get to school, and my mom was like, don't be nervous. And I'm like, I'm not nervous. But I was freaking out.
I really had no clue what I was walking into.
Everything was unknown and uncertain.
What if I don't find my friend group? What clubs am I going to join? Did I bring my lunchbox?
Each step that I took closer, I could feel my heart race, this mixture of anticipation and excitement, the fear of the unknown.
From the moment stepping on campus, I immediately knew everything I had heard was true.
I found what I was looking for.
A lifetime of experiences that have been unforgettable.
High school is where you figure out who you are. Spalding cares about that.
Academics, activities, there's something here for everybody.
Whatever it is that you are looking for, we'll provide it for you.
The most challenging, relevant, cutting-edge programs, the International Baccalaureate Project leads the way.
You look at the students, they're leaders. They're challenging themselves academically and spiritually. And it starts in the classroom and then transitions directly onto the field.
The community here is one that genuinely cares about each other.
We celebrate together. We all feel the school spirit.
But we all come together on faith.
We are truly the embodiment of one in Christ.
The 2 questions that we answer with every decision that's made here. Do we support the mission? Are we caring for our students? Yes, of course, calculus is important. Maybe you run a championship-winning team. But what I hope and pray is that our students remember how we made them feel, and that we made them feel respected, important, and that they very much felt a part and welcomed at Archbishop Spalding.
Take a deep breath. You're going to grow so much.
You're going to be prepared for success in college and in life.
You will find a deepened faith.
Become a leader.
You're going to be pushed more than you ever have been before.
It's going to be difficult.
And this community will help you
become the best version of yourself.
You're about to have some of the best days of your lives here.
And when you look back, you will realize you were always part of something bigger.
I still remember my first day.
You're going to grow so much.
You're going to be prepared for success in college and in life.
You will find a deepened faith.
Become a leader.
You're going to be pushed more than you ever have been before.
It's going to be difficult.
And this community will help you become the best version of yourself.
You're about to have some of the best days of your lives here.
And when you look back, you will realize you were always part of something bigger.
As you walk these halls, you'll find innovation, charity, adventure, creativity, endurance, guidance. And if you let them, these halls will take you anywhere.
Hallmarks of a Spalding athlete. Are they able to compete at the highest level possible? Spalding is positioned very uniquely because they are in one of the best leagues in the state. When they're competing at a high level, that's big time.
It was always known as a great academic school, but we wanted to build a full-rounded school for student athletes. And we knew that they could get to where they're at today.
Since I've graduated from high school, I've watched the campus grow astronomically. Spalding, it laid a foundation for my understanding of teamwork, friendship, and things that were so much bigger than what happened on the basketball court.
They're challenging themselves academically and spiritually, and then transitions directly onto the field. That consistency molds and shapes everybody that's involved.
The future of Spalding athletically is strong and vibrant, and I'm excited for our Cavs.
I still remember my first day.
You're going to grow so much.
You're going to be prepared for success in college and in life.
You will find a deepened faith.
Become a leader.
You're going to be pushed more than you ever have been before.
It's going to be difficult.
And this community will help you become the best version of yourself.
You're about to have some of the best days of your lives here.
And when you look back, you will realize you were always part of something bigger.
Getting out the car, walking to school, I was anxious, nervous.
It's a bigger school than I've ever been to. Didn't know any faces.
I remember sitting in that homeroom and feeling all of the nerves and the anticipation and excitement of what high school could bring. But I quickly found out that this was going to be not just my school, but my home.
Everybody had open arms.
There's a genuine love for one another.
Everybody knows everybody.
I care about all of the people I'm surrounded with every day.
When you choose Archbishop Spalding High School to be your home, you're getting a large school that feels like a small family.
You are never alone in this experience at all.
At the end of your time at Spalding, you're going to remember how Spalding lifted you up in the most positive way.
You're always going to feel that connection. You're going to want to come back home.
The Spalding community is definitely one that I would describe as united.
There's a genuine desire to serve, to exemplify Christ.
And we see that every day in this building, from something as small as a senior helping a freshman with their locker, a teacher comforting a student. We see it in the smallest and the largest acts of kindness.
I knew it would actually be my calling to strengthen the faith life of the students that were around me in the way that I had my faith life strengthened as a student here before.
There's a million different people, a million different backgrounds. People come from all over the world. But the fact that we can all come together on faith, that's literally the embodiment of one body in Christ.
hallmarks of a Spalding athlete. Are they able to compete at the highest level possible? Spalding is positioned very uniquely because they are in one of the best leagues in the state. When they're competing at a high level, that's big time.
It was always known as a great academic school, but we wanted to build a full-rounded school for student athletes. And we knew that they could get to where they're at today.
Since I've graduated from high school, I've watched the campus grow astronomically. Spalding, it laid a foundation for my understanding of teamwork, friendship, and things that were so much bigger than what happened on the basketball court.
They're challenging themselves academically and spiritually, and that transitions directly onto the field. That consistency molds and shapes everybody that's involved.
The future of Spalding athletically is strong and vibrant, and I'm excited for our Cavs.
The growth of this school is unbelievable to me. The opportunities that are afforded to these students, it's impressive.
The nature of our size impacts the growth because of the options that our size enables us to offer our students. We're very deliberate about knowing. We have so many different academic programs. We have so many different.
Getting ready for the start of the second half here at Whittles Field. Archbishop Spalding in front of Spire Academy, 11-0. Glenn Clark, Andrew Scally, and our outstanding crew with you. And a face-off win for the Spire to open up the second half, but they have struggled with holding on to the ball tonight, and Robbie Hopper is going to come away with another one. Of course, as I say that, he wants to give it right back. Grayson Dunn will dig out another ground ball. Clock was running, though, so the Cavaliers need to speed it up.
Yeah, hectic start there to the second half, but got possession, now settling in.
And I would assume this is one of those conversations where, as a coaching staff, you are asking them to think that it's a 1-0 game. You are asking them to go out there and say, ignore the score. We want to see you continue to execute.
For sure. I mean, it's a long season, but this is, again, the first time that they've been able to face somebody outside of Spalding, right? So that's a huge way to knock the dust off and get going.
3 scrimmages, St. Albans, St. John's, and Malvern Prep. First actual game of the season. There's going to be a turnover. Mollett not able to track it down before it goes over the opposite sideline. What did you like most about the first half? Other than the fact that dear friends were back together.
No, that was it.
That's it. List of things.
Just dudes being dudes up here. But no, I mean, it's hard to be upset with an 11-0, halftime lead. But they came out first face-off, playing hard, showing some composure, sharing the wealth, right? A lot of guys in the stat sheet already. Looking for some more guys to get on it this second half. But offensively and defensively, they look like, I hate to say it, but almost mid-season form. I mean, we talk about their experience and their maturity levels. Good take here.
Woo.
There's
Rifle
Mollett.
from Mollett.
You said, you're not going to pick me up?
Yeah, he hesitated.
I'll take this.
We saw that in the first half, right? Where he's open, but he doesn't pull the trigger.
I think he surprises himself a little bit with how open he is, but right there, little hesitation. Step in, righty, high to high, buried it.
First of the season for Brady Mollett, makes it 12-0. At what point do you expect we start to see some other faces? I guess we alluded to it earlier. There's so much depth on this team that we do see.
We've seen it, yeah.
A good number of faces, but
no, I think you give these guys the quarter. I mean, there's still a lot to be seen from this team. We've said it before. I mean, you can't just assume that you're going to keep getting it done throughout the season. You got to every rep is important and building muscle memory for these guys. So tonight's a good first step in the right direction. They got to keep it going the remaining 2 quarters.
Dangerous pass. Wow, Newman steps around, pushes it ahead, and they get it across.
Half a second to spare.
Yeah, just at the wire. 12-0 Spalding as they look to add to it. And we'll see Landon Adelman. I would say a good find in front, but running out of room. Swiderski tries to throw it back. Mollett can't come up with it. Matassa picks it up behind.
Plenty of time on the shot clock here, 30 seconds.
Trying to get top side. Matassa with the fake. Gives it right back to Mollett. Extra pass.
Nice face dodge. Good finish.
Ooh.
Flag. Throw the flag.
Yeah.
Throw the flag. What?
No, crease is the call. It's hard to tell from here. There's a bunch of bodies between us.
A bunch of bodies. There's also about 15 different lines around that crease.
There is also
I'm not
that,
used to seeing
yes.
those. I don't know if
Of course, there's in lacrosse now, there's multiple creases. It's something that I've said for a long time, what the sport could use, more creases. So I got to give Landon Adelman credit. I think he had the fun fact of the year this year. Landon Adelman lets us know that he once ate 100 wings on the all-you-can-eat wing deal at Applebee's.
making Sean Hatley blush.
Right. Hatley says that's light work.
He's calling the waiter over now. Run it back. I know I have blue cheese coming out of my ears.
I want another shot.
Sweat on my brow.
Hopper swings it back to the opposite side. 2 extra
This
passes.
ball
A
movement.
third extra pass. Matassa with a
Wow.
new angle bounces it home.
We got to see a replay of that. I mean, the ball movement was unbelievable. And then to finish off the play, Matassa done at the angle, little hitch, step up field to glory, buries it.
Really well done. Joey Matassa joins the hat trick party. Coming off a year where he had 29 goals and 40 points. He's got 3 goals tonight. Applebee's is not a sponsor of the program, correct?
No.
Okay. Well, are we working on getting them as a sponsor of the program?
I think Sean is boots on the ground,
He's
doing
trying to
his
make
best.
that happen. I would be, if they're willing to come on, we send, after the season is over, obviously, I want to make that abundantly clear. Landon versus Sean. All-you-can-eat wing challenge.
I would love to commentate that.
Yeah. Oh, we're on it. Try to make that happen somehow, some way. Or if your establishment would instead like to host said event,
Email Glenn.
you can reach out to me, glennclarkradio@gmail.com. And I'll put you in touch with someone else. 13-0 after the Matassa goal.
That might have been our first digression of many for the season.
Jacob Newman, senior from Crofton.
Nice trail check there.
Ball comes free. Cavaliers will get it back. Dylan Newell push it ahead. Haven't spoken a lot about Newman tonight. Coming off a season in which he made 126 saves, stopped 54% of the shots that he faced last year. Let me talk about everything, all of the riches this team has. It is so nice to bring back your face-off specialist, your goalie, the overwhelming majority of your offense. Feed to the top, step down, and Winfelder. I don't know if that one even got through. Ball still on the turf. Garza comes up with it. Garza's got a path. Oh, trying to go kamikaze style, but calls crease.
Wasn't going to argue with that one.
Just trying to go for it. It looks really cool if you pull it off. Five seconds. Winfelder pass isn't going to get it there.
Wow.
Right at the horn.
Doesn't matter. Give it right up.
Yep. Newell lost it. In some trouble. Pushes it ahead to Hopper.
Like to see a settled possession here. It's been a little helter-skelter here. Offense to defense, back to offense.
Hopper gets it ahead to Carson Blair. Blair, who's headed to play at Vermont in a couple of years.
Offsides.
Offsides. I haven't seen so many mental mistakes in the Cavaliers tonight. Those have been rare.
Yeah, definitely been a clean game. I don't think any flags either.
Yeah,
and,
well,
you know, on
oh,
cue.
thanks a lot,
On
Mr.
cue.
Broadcaster man.
Oh, jeez. A second one comes down.
So as Newman touches it up, the Spire will have their best opportunity of the night by far to try to get on the board. 5:09 remaining here in the third.
I mean, you hate to see it, right? But these early games and non-conference games that, you know, are just getting you in tune for the regular season, you want to see your man-down defense.
It's true.
So
All right.
I think this is a fruitful opportunity here for
They
them.
actually suggested. They said, go out,
It's
commit
been a minute.
hold, go do, like, let's get a slash or something.
Exactly.
So we can try. And again, as we've talked about before, no one ever converts 5-on-3.
Exactly.
For whatever reason.
It's been 9 months since we've done this. Let's give it a shot.
Garza for 30 seconds. Dylan Newell for 60 seconds. So 30 seconds of 2 men up. And then a traditional power play would come after that. Of course, I said 5-on-3 like it was hockey. It's obviously 6-on-4. I know that. First game of the season. Give me a break. Seriously, settle down over there. Gosh, lay off me. Scally's got a knife to my throat. It seems inappropriate.
As he posts on Indeed.
Oh, off the post. Great chance. First penalty comes up. So back to 6-on-5. Spire will hold on to the ball. In the scramble. Oh,
Good
knockdown.
stick.
They were looking for Bartonelli.
Big ground ball here.
And Hopper. Hopper does so well when he comes up with it. Holding his stick in a way that makes it very. He does not bring it up and make it available to checked out.
Get the timeout call. Offsides.
It's back to back.
I don't think that's creative stuff that Hochul was talking about.
No, with the
in
box.
transition.
No. They will kill off both penalties, however. Back to even strength. And so each team has had a 2-man advantage tonight. They haven't been able to take advantage of. And
nice save.
Bartonelli had no angle there. Newman covers it up. Tries to push it ahead. Chris George, future Jacksonville Dolphin.
See Mollet there at the point, 2 arms up, saying, let's get a possession, slow it down here.
They'll get their personnel out there and go to work. Business has slowed down a little bit here in this third quarter. They did get the 2 early goals. Stretch the lead out to 13-0. Matassa trying to shake free. 2 defenders go with him. Keeps it moving. Now Bennett. Oh!
Good hard take there.
What a delivery.
Cavalier goals.
Gordy Bennett gets
Gordon
top side and scores his first of the season.
Good hard take. Ran to the short stick. Beat the slide.
Crosses
Buries
body,
it.
the opposite side. 14-0. Still a 2-touchdown game.
Got all the sports references tonight.
Well, it bears the question, right? If they score the touchdown, do you go for 2 or not, right? That's the
Depends
real.
on the clock, right?
I don't know. That I feel like, yeah, I guess in the first half you're not supposed to do that. But it feels like in the second half now, if you're down by 14, you're supposed to go for 2. It's a conversation for another day, but why can't today be another day? You hadn't thought about it, had you, Keegan? You hadn't.
My mind is in a soft pretzel.
Today is just as good a day as any to be another day. Nobody wants the ball right now.
Ooh, big hit.
Absolutely no one. Grant had a shot at it. Trevor Brewer into the game had a shot at it. And finally, on the opposite side,
Unintentional, but lucky outlet there.
Reinecker just flung it down the field.
Playing without a stick call coming.
And it'll go back the other way. Aiden Reinecker, the junior from Annapolis. Mentioned Trevor Brewer getting some run, junior long pole from Davidsonville. Who alleges that he can both do a backflip and solve a Rubik's Cube. I can't even
Same time?
pronounce Rubik's Cube.
Come on, be impressive.
I want to know. I want to know.
I think what we need to do is show the entire roster what the other teammates have said. Their fact
And then
is,
maybe it'll step up there.
and up the game
That's
here a little
great
bit
point.
because I, some of these are impressive, some are overwhelmingly
when I
underwhelming.
say some of the fun facts are like, I like music.
Like Robbie Hopper likes to listen to music to
Right.
get pumped up.
What a thought.
Wow.
We're not
Wow.
taking shots at Robbie Hopper. Let me tell you one thing we're not going to do around here. I don't like my chances in that fight. Although I got about 24 years on him.
I don't know if that helps you.
No, I don't think. I think it's the exact opposite. Running shot. Mason Klessinger getting some run. Senior from Edgewater. Headed to Coach Hockel's alma mater.
The Salisbury University.
Correct. Aiden Treff.
There you go.
Dodging left.
Cavalier goal scored by
The
Aiden.
senior from Pasadena getting on the board for the first time. Makes it 15-0.
Good hard left-to-left dodge. Low and away.
That's a good-looking shot. Everything about that looked good. Final minute of the third quarter. All right, if you were told you had to eat 100 wings, what's the preferred flavor of wing? It's all got to be the same flavor. You can't mix it up. Oh.
That is tough. Because I think at wing like 63, you're saying,
Oh,
please,
it
no
matter,
more
right?
sweet
Yeah,
Thai chili,
yeah,
no more
correct,
sweet Thai
right?
chili.
The pepper parmesan or whatever. I don't even.
I'm a buffalo garlic guy.
Buffalo garlic. See, it's going to feel formulaic, but I feel like the answer has to be Honey Old Bay for me. Like, I've got to truly enjoy them, and it can't be an abrasive flavor because at some point you're not going to be able to keep going.
I mean, I think the ranch and blue cheese component of this, it's almost
that neutralizes a little
it
bit.
has
maybe.
to. You can't eat 100 wings without a little something, something.
De La Garza serving the penalty. Third man-up opportunity of the evening for the Cavaliers. The previous was a two-man advantage. They couldn't convert. This, of course, being the traditional power play, and those, I am convinced, easier to convert than the 6-on-4s.
Get the same offensive unit out there on the field to run it, so not your normal EMO here.
Not a lot of angle for that shot. Colby Evans, the sophomore. Still 23 seconds on the penalty.
15 in the quarter here, so we'll see what they call here. Timeout.
Take a timeout. So I'm assuming this is you want to treat this like a practice situation, that you only get so many to run these late clock situations. Now you get to do it against another team, and that's why you take the timeout, is because you want to call something and try to execute?
Well, I'll be curious to see if they come out with the normal EMO unit here. Right then, as I mentioned, it was the group that was on the field when the penalty was called. So I'll be curious to see if they come out with the starting group here. Because you're right. I mean, this is a great opportunity. 19 seconds on the penalty, 12 on the clock, 38 on the shot clock. In a normal game situation, again, you want to get a shot off if you can. But if you maintain possession.
To your point, there's not nearly enough of a difference that it's worth holding on and having possession to start the fourth quarter.
Right. So
what is the number for you on that, by the way? We've done a lot of numbers tonight.
Do you want my answer or do you want the right answer?
I want
Andrew
Scally, I'll tell you that you're wrong, but I want your answer first.
What number are you looking for right here, Glenn? What do you?
To me, there's got to be at least 20 seconds of difference for it to be worthwhile.
I think that's fair. I think we're at 19. on the.
No, but there's only I'm saying there's
Oh,
only
the differential. The differential. Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying
yeah.
to not talk.
I'm
to
with you.
purposely hold the ball. Now, look, you at a certain number, you run something, it's not there. You say, all right, we'll take the 13 seconds
Sure.
on the other side. But to purposely hold the ball, I think there has to be 20 seconds on the penalty.
I agree with that, and I think when it's 15-0 in the third quarter, this really I think
Yeah,
goes out
obviously
the
that's
window.
not where.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
a more broad conversation than
Ask me in April.
Yeah, when the
20 seconds, Glenn.
Right. And so, of course, they're going to take the 7 seconds after all
What'd I
that.
say? What did we say?
Like we said, if there's 7 seconds,
You
definitely take it to the fourth quarter. That's what you do.
I think Coach Hochul tuned in. He called the timeout. Said, "Glenn, please, the guidance. I need it."
Just wanting to make me look silly, really, is I think what we had a conversation with the team yesterday. It was an honor. I got to spend some time talking to the team yesterday. And one of the things that I talked about was accountability. And I said, this is a two-way street, right? I want you to know that as a broadcaster, I'm accountable to you as well. If I screw up, you tell me. And I say that to the coaches every year. Like, if I do something wrong, tell me that I missed something, because that's how we get better, right? Like, that's the
True.
nature of accountability. And I look forward to Coach Hochul saying, 20 seconds, are you a moron?
Oh, what's this? A tweet?
Holding me accountable.
X is blowing up right now, yelling at him.
Oh, man. 15-0 is the score after 3. Cavaliers will have the ball. And maybe they really want to execute a 7-second play, because you never know when you're going to be down by 1 and there's going to be 7 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and you've got to have something you can run to execute in that spot. So maybe that's what this is. Or maybe
Or,
not. Yeah.
or, other side of that coin is it expires.
Yeah.
They go 6v6.
And you just run, yep.
And they just get in their offense.
73 seconds of possession after that is what you're saying. 15-0. Is it a big deal to these guys right now to try to finish with a shutout, or?
It never motivated me.
Okay.
I think at the end of the day, it's great for your goalie.
Yep.
Right, to go and start the season.
But you also know other
with a
guys are going
shutout.
to get out there. You did your job.
Exactly.
Yep.
And this is definitely a marathon, not a sprint. And I think that's probably some of the messaging coming out of the coaching staff. You don't win the championship the first game of the season. You have a one-game season in front of you. Go out and go 1-0, and then build for the next week.
Evans hits the turf, gets it out right at the last second. And then the step-down shot wide from Adelman. As Mr. Scally expected, they just let the 7 seconds run up. They got plenty of time. But they will fall to 0 for 3 on the extra man tonight, so that will be an area where they'll look to improve moving forward. Flessinger sends it back behind to X. Patrick D'Angelo operating from back behind the cage, the junior from Odenton.
Good
He
luck.
sneaks in front. Well done. Klessinger.
Great vision there.
To D'Angelo. D'Angelo on the board for the first time. And these are great moments, scoring your first varsity goals. Nobody noticed that D'Angelo made his move. Wide open in front of the cage to make it 16-0.
Great find, great finish.
D'Angelo told us a bunch of interesting facts, one of which he apparently once appeared on the television show Man vs. Food, but not, to my understanding, to eat 100 chicken wings. Two separate situations.
That one definitely needs a part B.
I would really like to know more,
response.
yes.
Was he in the crowd?
Right. Well, I assume that's the
Participant?
answer. Man vs. Food was always, what was that guy's name? Adam Richmond? Was that his name? And then
Who knows?
I think it was. And they replaced him with somebody. I think it was a guy named, I was a fan.
Did Adam Richmond get sick? Did he?
Is that the reason why he left
think
the
he
show?
I think he might have.
He said, I can't do this to my body
My
anymore.
body is shutting down.
That never stopped Sean Hatley. trying to feed it. That one's
Might have
tipped.
been deflected.
Yep. We'll stay here. 16-0. If you're just joining us, it has been all Cavaliers from the get-go, and really could be even more lopsided than this had it not been for the outstanding play of Spire Academy goalie Timmy Winfelder. Klessinger. Oh, moves it.
Wow.
Can't do it better. Camped out in the middle. Ethan Ostrowski turns around.
Cavalier goal.
Gets his second of the game. And give Klessinger his second assist.
Assisted by Nathan Klessinger.
I mentioned it earlier. I mean, that's a tough catch and finish for somebody that's back is to the cage, and the feed coming from the midfield line down. You got to turn. You got to catch it first. Realize that you have the space. Either step down. You got to find the cage and pick your spot and finish. It's just a tough all-around look, and he's done it with ease here.
That had the look, though, of the extra man specialist, right? Like camped out right in the middle of the field, prepared to take the contact.
For sure. A lot of composure in there.
Good ground ball. Picked up by Bennett Zervalek.
Flag down here. Not sure what it's for.
Could it have been offsides? Do they have?
Not based on
they only
who's
have 6
over
guys
there.
out there.
Might have been a
You're right.
slash.
Yeah.
On the ground ball. Either way, happy to take 60 seconds off the clock
Take the
here.
time. If you don't score, get another shot to get your first extra man goal of the season.
Found a shorty matchup. I guess it was an offsides call here.
Yeah, you see that 7th come out. Took him a little while to get that 7th guy out there. Klessinger gets free. Now
Wow.
he wants to eat, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like he's helped out a couple
Assists
times.
are cool.
Yeah. It's my turn. You guys don't need 100 wings. You could share like 5 with me. Go for 3 tonight on the extra man for the Cavaliers. They'll look to convert. In front 17-0.
Would love to see Klessinger here hit the wall again right in the center. Get the defense rotating.
You would assume that's going to be Ostrowski creeping in. And he's trying to camp on the doorstep. He's asking
he's
for
looking.
it. Instead, rotating in. Ooh, big hit. As Kobe Evans
Another big hit.
was trying to make himself available. Ostrowski comes away with it. 5 seconds on the penalty. And the step down from Klessinger. That's how the penalty expires. Cavaliers fall to 0 for 4 with the extra man tonight.
30 seconds on the shot clock here.
Back to even strength. Zervalek dodges back to his left. Not able to get his hands free.
Good defense
Yeah,
here.
really good defense. Zervalek forces a shot. But give credit to Koi Duda. Ball hits the turf behind the cage.
Could have been a push there. Let them play a little bit.
Might be one of those 17-0 calls. Go under 8 minutes to play. Spire trying to get on the board. We'll play one more here in the area tomorrow, as they'll be at Concordia Prep to wrap up this road trip to the area, the DMV. Played at Good Counsel on Wednesday. On the other side, schedule gets awfully tough for the Cavaliers. They're not hiding from anybody.
What do they say? Iron sharpens iron.
That's what they say.
Definitely going to a gauntlet here, though.
Play St. Paul the 6th next Tuesday, and then the Hill Academy next Thursday, Western Reserve Academy next Saturday. A couple of big games coming up next week.
Yeah, tough loss to Western Reserve last year. Looking to avenge that loss.
Klessinger trying to get free. Thought about going all the way on Cage. Thinks better of it.
Good skip.
Strowski started to bear down, but backs it out. Down to 22 on the possession clock. Zervalek gives it up. Ostrowski now down to 15 from the near side. Klessinger. That's tipped, but down to 5 on the possession clock. Actually down to 4. And
All right, dump it here in the corner.
Yeah.
See Spalding looking to sub already. Get their defensive personnel out.
not even feigning like they're going to do anything with it. Now set up a ride. And the clearing troubles continue for the Spire.
5 to get it over here.
And a long outlet pass. Very tough to connect on those. Eamon Kiley comes away with the ground ball for the Cavaliers. Kiley, the junior from Edgewater. I met Eamon yesterday. He's a part of the Lumberjack Club here at Archbishop Spalding. What do you know about the Lumberjack Club? 3 important missions of the Lumberjack Club. 1, wearing flannel. 2,
Prerequisite.
making pancakes. 3, eating pancakes. I'm in.
You've passed.
In.
You are definitely in.
Where do we sign up?
They're looking for a new treasurer.
5 minutes to play. Even told me there could be like an honorary membership situation.
You know a lot about being a lumberjack already. I think you're
Right. Wow, great pass down. Good vision. Humphrey able to come back and get it. But Zach Wright not able to hold on.
Nice pick up here. One pass.
Transition right there in front.
Good finish.
That's how you do it. Ostrowski off the feed from Strouder.
Cavalier
Make
goal
it
scored by
18-0.
Assisted by Nate.
And for Nate Strouder, the junior from Severn, gets on into the stat sheet for the first time. An assist.
It's great vision. Picked it up, ran about 40 yards. Pass across his body. Well done.
Strauski's got a hat trick tonight. 18-0. And the backup face-off specialist, Cooper Johnson, looking impressive at the dot. Junior from Severna Park, headed to play at Flagler collegiately. Again, it's great to have depth.
Sure is. I believe there's 20-something seniors with the overall majority going want to play college. I mean, in history here at Spalding, I don't think it's ever been done. It's pretty remarkable.
So I'm looking over the seniors right now. 3 for 3, 4 for 4, 5 for 5. Yeah, it's like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
It really is. And a great number of them headed to play D1. We even get to see Jake Wolf tonight. Hopefully we'll see him very soon. Brock La Rochelle. Both of them headed to play D1. Wolf at Delaware, La Rochelle at Navy. Just so much to like about this squad. Living up to expectations, but it's just game 1. Long season ahead. Can't start to feel too good about yourself. As we mentioned, the schedule will get tough afterwards. What is the difference, right? You mentioned a year ago, they fall in the semifinals, hard-fought game. They believe they had every right to win. What's the biggest difference between being a good team and being a championship caliber team?
I mean, for me, it's doing the little things consistently. Not getting the bottom hand down on a ground ball. Doesn't show up on the stat sheet. There's no specific drill you're running to master that in practice. It's just the little things that add up to the big things that, can tip. It's a 1-goal game. Something like that puts you over the edge. Either direction. I think there were a couple of bad bounces in that that semifinal game to McDonough, and they end up on the losing side of it. So I think that the champions do the little things well, and they do them consistently well.
Out of the timeout. 4:20 to play. They have been sharp all night. Very few things even to nitpick about this performance. Jake Brown out there. Junior midfielder from Crofton. Refuses to call his favorite football team the Commanders.
Wow.
Wow. Colby Evans.
Beautiful take right there.
That's the type of depth that we're talking about. That is a really impressive shot from the sophomore, Colby Evans.
Couldn't have placed it any better if you walked it over there. See this right to right, top corner.
Look at 19-0 now with 3:52 to play in the fourth quarter.
What's great about this team is 19-0. I'm looking at the sideline after that goal.
Still engaged.
Still engaged, still excited, still celebrating. Top of the depth chart down to the bottom. Everybody's feeling it right now.
They have every right to. Face-off violation. Now, remind me, they didn't change the rule at the high school level to the new rule at the college level, correct? The new rule at the college level is you commit a pre-face-off violation, you can't go out there for the next one. You have to come off the field.
Interesting.
And finally, getting on the board for the first time.
There goes a shutout.
That happens. The goal scored by Liam Lutza. It's his 7th goal of the season for Lutza to cuts it 19-1 with 3:40 remaining. Mentioned a couple of D1 commits already on this roster. He's one of them. He's going to play at Drexel from Burlington, Ontario. Lutza finally gets the Spire on the board. Three minutes and change to play. Brown gives it over to Klessinger. And whatever this is, the third midfield, they've looked pretty impressive tonight too.
Yep, showing up in the stat sheet too. Like seem finished strong here last 3 minutes of the game and right on cue.
What is it with
and
you?
right on cue.
What is it with
I'm
you?
getting them out of the way now so that
Okay,
come
yeah,
MIAA.
That's smart.
It's I
That's
can't
smart.
do it.
Long Jinxes, long pass, broken up.
Offsides right now, over by the box. Stand corrected. Big hit.
Yeah, really big hit, and the ball pops out to Nate Strouder. See Luke Doyle into the game.
There's the offside.
So give it back the other way. 2.5 to play. We'll, of course, be with you once again this season. Our home games here at Whittles Field. Bartonelli gives it up. Spire trying to get a couple more here. Little window dressing. Still a building program, as we talked about. J.D. Harkey. Somehow held on to over in the corner.
Stepped on the line.
Nope, it wasn't. Take it back. I was wrong. For the first time.
Ever.
Correct.
Go to the tape.
And work it all out here in the opener. Be in mid-season form by game 2.
Coach
Bo Wardell came into the game. Wardell, the other senior goalie from Annapolis, is committed to play at Belmont Abbey College. Didn't see much action a year ago. Getting a cameo here in this one.
Heard that foul from here.
It sounded
Got
painful.
a lot of plastic.
sounded painful as Luke Doyle. You like the aggression.
Just a little more control.
Ticking towards 1 minute to play. Barden-Neely, tough shot, wow.
Good strong take there.
It was hard to even get that shot off, but he's able to get it to go. The senior from D.C., Anthony Barden-Neely, with his 8th goal of the season.
Penalty will stand. Slash call. So a man down face here. 60-second penalty.
Right to the corner. It gives them the advantage on the wing here on this face-off. It's the near wing, Justin Barber, midfielder from Eugene, Oregon, who has nobody down there with him, but Cooper Johnson will just win it to himself. That's a really good take. 1 minute left. 9-second difference between the game clock and the penalty. You got to clear it first. And a good job, Farley.
Offsides.
Nope. Yep. Luke Farley into the game, senior from Annapolis.
Got lucky there.
Yep. And it's going the other way. Bo Wardell getting out, getting after it.
So you talk about giving up a goal, at this stage of the game and what that does to the team and the goalie giving up the shutout. It doesn't do much. But when you have plays like that where you go offsides and then you give it up, transition shot like that, you get lucky and he misses, goalie backs it up, retains possession. That's the stuff that frustrates you because you practice that stuff day in and day out. The starters and everybody down the line. That's the stuff you got to – the champions, they're not doing that.
Don't make
right?
those mistakes,
that's the little things that I'm talking about. They clear the ball, they take care of it, and they can finish the game, whistle to whistle.
But just about everything else went right for
Sure
Spalding tonight. They were outstanding from start to finish. Cavaliers begin the season 1-0 as they defeat Spire Academy 19-2. Spire fall to 0-3 here on the season. Andrew, some final thoughts from you tonight?
I mean, you said it, Glenn. It was a whistle victory here, 19-2. Got a lot of confidence. Saw a lot of good things offensively, defensively, and in between. 1-0. Let's keep it rolling.
That's the way it works. We will see you all on Tuesday as Archbishop Spalding will take on St. Paul VI. I want to thank everybody for joining us. Thanks to Paul and Mitch and Keegan for their hard work. For Andrew Scally, and definitely not for Sean Hatley. I am Glenn Clark. Again, your final score tonight, Cavaliers 19, Spire Academy 2. You've been watching Archbishop Spalding Lacrosse.